Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2021 Lexus LS 500. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out, 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic highway fuel economy average for this luxury sedan. Before we get started, hop out and take a quick look at it. And this is actually a prototype build of the all-new 2021 LS 500. I guess I really shouldn't say all-new. It does have a facelift, some mild engine tweaks. It does have a touchscreen for the infotainment system now, so that's huge. Probably the biggest deal of this car. So if you want to see more on the LS 500, check the links in the description. We've got a full review as well as an in-depth review of the Mark Levinson audio system and that new touchscreen. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA Highway Fuel Economy Test, which gives this LS 500 29 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. And we know there are people who take their vehicles on long road trips, averaging about 70 miles per hour steady state highway speeds, and they'd like to know what realistic numbers they can expect from their car. I'm sure you've all been in the type of situation where your car was rated for a certain highway fuel economy and you're getting vastly different numbers, whether it's higher or lower. So this test is designed to help narrow that figure down a little bit. So we're going to head to the Shell gas station here, fill up at the same pump at the beginning and after the test, using the same fueling method to get a realistic result. Ambient temperature today, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, a little chilly. We are going to set the climate control to 73 degrees auto. Yes, I acknowledge that might use the air conditioner, but people got to use the AC. People got to be comfortable in their cars. Tire pressures are also set to their door placard 36 psi cold, both front and rear. We will be using premium fuel in this car, as that is what the EPA tests with. Initial fill, 4.864 gallons. Should be a clean fill up. Before we start the car, we are going to reset our GPS. We're also going to reset the vehicle's fuel economy computer. Set the climate control to 73 degrees auto. Reset our tripometer. And the LS has multiple drive modes. We've got Sport Plus, Sport, Normal, Custom, Comfort, and Eco. We will be doing this test in Eco. All right, we are ready to begin. We're going to drive nice and easy about half a mile over to the highway and pick up the test from there. And the goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to get a realistic fuel economy average. So we're going to drive safely and effectively up to highway speeds. We're not going to draft. We're going to set the cruise control for a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. We used to do 73, but we found that we were averaging about 71 miles per hour over the entire test when that's what we set to. So we kind of dropped a mile per hour, and that seems to get us right at that 70 mile per hour moving average sweet spot. So as you can see right now, we've got our car set at 72, but it's actually showing us 71 on the GPS. We're going to bump it up 1 mile per hour. Oftentimes Toyota, Lexus cruise controls don't like to sit at what you set them. They like to kind of hang out 1 mile per hour below. I'm actually going to bump it up one more. 74 miles per hour, that gets us to 73 on the car, 72 on the GPS, and we are good to go. We'll check in with you at the end of the test, and in the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the LS 500, pretty on par, 29.6 according to the trip computer. That's just one above the EPA fuel economy of 29. Test has been pretty smooth, a little bit heavy on traffic. It hasn't exactly slowed our average down. We're averaging 70 miles per hour, but it's possible that a little bit of extra drafting might have bumped the fuel economy up just a tad. But we're going to finish out the test, get to the same pump, fill up using the same method, take the total miles traveled divided by fuel used, and get ourselves a number. Highway comfort has been good, no big surprise here. These seats have plenty of adjustability, good amount of support. The ride is very good. I'll be quiet for a sec here, let you hear the road noise. It's quite isolated. I would like to hear a little bit less tire noise, but really not too bad. Wind noise is non-existent. Been sampling the Mark Levinson audio system. Pretty good results on that. If you want to see more, check the link in the description for our in-depth sound system review. No big surprises there. The lane keeping function is not very great. It does help keep you in the lane, but you notice a good amount of ping pong back and forth effect, and it just doesn't hold you in the lane as well as systems from other vehicles. The adaptive cruise control is also way too conservative. I ended up turning it off not far into the drive and just using standard cruise control, which fortunately is pretty easy to do just by holding the cruise control button. We're going to take it nice and easy back to the gas station and resume from there. I also want to point out the LS cruises, when it's doing 73 miles per hour, it's only at like 1400 RPM. Really effective use of the 10-speed transmission. Coming into the stop, 29.8 miles per gallon on the trip computer, 102.2 miles, right where we expected. Moving average did get down to 69 miles per hour by the time we stopped. All right, let's fill her up. There we are, 3.333 gallons taken. 102.2 miles divided by 3.333 gallons gives us a surprising 30.1 miles per gallon according to our calculations. I guess that's not too surprising considering the car's computer did come out to 29.8. So not too bad. Your average right there is probably in about 30 miles per gallon, but we'll give the benefit of the doubt to the pump today. Say 31 miles per gallon times 21.7 size of the fuel tank gives you an impressive 672 mile cruising range on the highway at 70 miles per hour in the 2021 Lexus LS 500 F Sport rear wheel drive. Nicely done, Lexus. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button, check out our other LS content, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.